Start now. Hello fellow YouTubers, Belch94 here with a YouTube video today on the Windows 10 technical preview. I've got the 64-bit version, so we're going to be I'm going to try and run this in the newest version of VirtualBox they've got at the moment. Hopefully it'll work. So I tried doing it on the current version I had and it didn't work, so I've updated and hopefully this will work, guys. So what you got to do is just click New and call this. I'm going to call this Windows 10 Beta 1 or Windows 10 Beta. Now we're going to change this to other Windows, or I might go Windows 8.1. Now we'll go other Windows 64-bit. I'm just going to continue. I'm going to give this 2 seconds. So we're going to give it about. I was going to give it about 4 gig of RAM. So if we go here, that's about 4 gig of RAM there, and get that about, say, make that about 40 gig. Now, what we're going to do now is power on the machine. Now, I'm going to run it. So what it's going to ask you is for the technical ISO image file, so just click Start. And hopefully now go into full screen. Hopefully guys this will start for us. Hopefully. I pray. So nothing's changed. It looks like Windows 8.1, Windows 8 with the boot up screen. And I keep getting this image, this issue with error code. So I'm going to have a look into the settings and I'll come back and hopefully I can get it going for you guys again. So just for some troubleshooting too, go back to normal screen, we'll close this machine down, just as we don't need it, so we'll go into the settings on it, have a look at the system, we'll disable floppy disks, we don't need that. Processor, we'll give it about 2. Enable yes. Yeah, that's fine. Fine. Now, what I want to do is I want to try and I'll run it again and see how we go. Yeah, we've got the Windows screen again. Hopefully, we'll get something. If not, I'm going to have to try and find another virtual machine that'll run this. Or I'll try and run it as Windows 8.1. Okay, that's another big issue, right. So all I'll do now is I'm going to close this down, I'm going to remove it. Then we'll try again. And we'll go Windows 8.1 64-bit, and we're going to call it Windows 10 Beta. Continue, we'll give it 4 gig. We'll give it about, continue, give it about 40 gig. We'll run this again. We'll go for take 2. So yeah, there we go. Now, hopefully it'll boot up. I don't know if it will or not, but hopefully so. Oh yeah, we got something now, guys. Aha! So that was the issue. Okay guys, if you want to run the installation, you have to run it through Windows 8.1. Okay? As you can see here, it's the evaluation copy build 9841. So we're going to just set the settings. We're going to change the English to fucking to hopefully get to Australia eventually. They're getting close to Australia, hopefully. Oh, yep. Oh, no! No! We're going too far. Oh, God. For crying out loud, can you stop? Damn it. Okay, we just lost it. Okay, we're going back down now. Okay, we'll go slowly. That would have been some entertainment for you guys. Me, it going crazy. It goes crazy. Australia. Yeah, next. Install now. So see how long this takes to install. Do the whole timing. I won't really pause the video. I'll probably be boring as hell though. But what can you do? So the setup is starting on that. I'm just going to close that. So you've got to accept the terms and conditions, obviously. We're going to do custom install, 40 gig. So we're going to go next. And it's doing the install now. As you can see from this interface, it's pretty much the exact same. The installation screen has not changed since Windows 8 and Windows 8.1. So I assume this might get changed later on during the beta builds. Who knows? It could be just the same screen, which, hey, they've pretty much had the same install screen like this since Windows Vista. Only the difference is the backgrounds have changed. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. And, yep, still recording. So it's going fairly quick. This is running on a 4 gig. Using 4 gig, I've got 8 gig RAM, so I'm giving it 4 gig and 40 gig drive. So it should be plenty enough for this beta build as time goes on. So we'll let that go, and I'll come back once it's installed. So really guys, as you can see now, it's heading towards the end of the install. So it shouldn't be long now until it finishes. It's at 95%. Okay, it's finishing, so it's installing updates, and so it should ask for a restart any second now. So I find with this install, it's a lot quicker than it was on Windows 8, but it's still a bit buggy because it's only just a beta build, and everyone knows that all beta builds are buggy. So we're going to go full screen and see how this goes. So we're booting up into Windows 10 Technical Preview 1. As you can see, the boot screen has not changed at all. It's the same since Windows 8 and 8.1. And I wouldn't say Windows 8.1 is technically its own operating system. It's pretty much just a service pack for Windows 8, which they've changed to. They've phased out the service packs, and with that, if you know what I mean, guys. So it's just gone to a black screen. So hopefully we should be asked for a setup screen. So I don't know what this is going to look like. Might look like something like Windows 8, I'm assuming. A bit different. But things are going to start to change now. So we're just finding out. It's got a bit of a black screen. So we'll let it boot. Okay, here we go. Getting devices ready. There's a bit of a delay there. It was a bit slower than what you'd do on Windows 8. Windows 8.1 with you're doing a fresh install of those operating systems. So it's getting ready now. So I'm going to say the setup screen is going to be different. I don't know if it's going to be like have the Windows 8 interface because because of it. They're getting rid of that Metro screen to put it into the game. So they're pretty much taking a step back because people were complaining about how the Metro looked. Which I'm not too worried about it, to be honest, because Windows 8 is still a good system if you ask me in my books. People are going to disagree with me and say I'm horribly wrong, it looks like shit. But I'm just telling you, it performs well on old hardware. I don't know how good this machine would perform on old hardware because we don't know. It's in the early stages. And if you're going to do an install of this, I'd recommend doing it on a virtual machine, running it through a virtual program like VirtualBox or VMware, something like that, because you don't want to really put it on your main computer or anything like that. You could do a dual boot. That's up to you. It's your choice. I'm just saying, at the current stage, it's not stable and it's not going to be supported for that long. Probably for 2, 3, 4 months, or even up until probably the system comes out, and probably like 5 months after the system is released, we'll be getting updates for it. So we've got a cursor there. So let's see what's going to happen. Okay, we've restarted. So restarting. We're going back to the boot screen. And oh, that's a bit quick. That was a bit snappy. Now we've got a black screen, so it'll probably be like this for a few moments as we. And the system I'm using is a Mac, and yes, you're going to probably hate me for that, but I do love my Macintosh. And I've got nothing against Windows. Windows do make some very good systems. Don't say it, I'm not telling you wrong. Windows do make good systems when they're not trying to shit them out the door like ME, which was, in my opinion, is probably the worst operating system I've ever tried to install or use. Okay, it's different. So nothing's really changed. It's got a blue screen here, so we'll use Express settings. Next, we'll set up your account. So I'd say it's a lot quicker. I don't know. Setting up your account. Okay. The issue I have with Windows 8.1 and Windows 8 is they're forcing you to make a Windows email account, Hotmail account, or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully they should fix that up and say, I reckon you should have a choice between you want to log into your Hotmail. You can use your Hotmail if you want, or if you just want to be a standard computer user and have like a log-on account, I reckon you should have that. Like just have a choice. Windows 8, I reckon, didn't really have a choice. It made it a bit harder for people wanting to make their accounts without having to make a Microsoft email account. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type I'm just curious to see if we'll do the same thing as Windows 8. You get your email wrong and you continue just without a Microsoft account. That's what I want to do. Create a local account. I'm just going to call this beta testing. So finalizing the sound. So that was actually a lot quicker than in Windows 8.1 because we're up to finalizing your settings, and it was only just. That's probably a good improvement. That's a lot quicker. You're probably in there for about not even 5 minutes. Now it's still in the Windows 8 where it's setting you up, or setting things up for you. There's no colours this time, which is interesting. Oh yeah, well, I've got it now. So you pretty much, from that setup screen, it hasn't changed that much at all dramatically since Windows 8. I find it's got it's a lot less cluttered, so it's a lot more quicker to set up, which is probably a good thing, because you don't want to spend 27 minutes trying to set it up. And what I'd love to see Microsoft come back and do is what they had in Windows XP, is that beautiful installation sound. And yes, there's Windows XP fans that probably will love that. Like, Windows XP is a good system too, but it's been probably almost 8 months now. Hasn't been supported, so it's a bit of a sad time. But of course, so it's going to go down as one of one of Microsoft's best operating systems. But you can't just thank XP. You got to thank Windows 2000. Windows 2000 built the fundamentals of the system, and Windows Neptune pretty much gave us a system, even from Windows XP to even Windows 8, probably even into Windows 10. Really, if you look at the other time, these systems set the fundamentals to the future. Saying let's start. So where do we go to? Right, the desktop. As you can see, it's search. Oh, you can add desktop. So what I want to do is change the screen resolution if I can. Right here, see what that does. Okay, that's a lot better. Keep changes. That's a lot better. Okay, so we've got Internet Explorer, so I'm assuming that might be 11 or Internet Explorer 12 in beta. Let's have a look at that. Oh, it's a nice start menu. So they sort of... yuck. Sorry, guys. Bloody Mac. The gestures on the mouse. So you still have some of the old, like you got some of the Windows 8 like menu items here, which is sort of good if you want that tablet experience. The issue I'll probably have here is how it's going to perform on those Surface Pros and other tablets that are going to be running the Windows RT system. Are they going to be slightly modified with the Metro screen still? That's some questions I've got. But this is very good. Like, why didn't they come up with this to originally begin with? Have a choice, because this is actually quite a good feature. I'm not sure if you can make that bigger at all, but it's like you got most of your web apps in here anyway. So you've got your news, your music, mail, food and drink, etc. So we'll have a look. I'm trying to find my computer somewhere. Oh no, we'll go type in system. See if that finds anything. They're in search. Let's open up. Okay, we're not going into. We don't want internet. So I'll just close that. It's a bit slow, a bit buggy, but that's only the first preview, so you can't really say you complain too much. And that's a good thing. You got File Explorer here, which opens up for your documents, your pictures. I'm assuming you can pin, so you can pin that here. And you can also, I believe, pin stuff to that Metro thing here. If we go out of here, so you can pin stuff. I just want to right click or pin to start. Yep, so you can pin. So that pretty much probably expands as you pin items. So that is another good feature too. If you're a fan of the Metro interface, you can pretty much tile all your icons still across the page. So you get a feature that you want back from Windows 7, which is your traditional start menu, which is a pretty good thing. We'll have a look at what themes it has. As you can see, you got all this contrast. The thing that is confusing me is they don't have the classic theme anymore, which is interesting. And as you notice here with the menus, do you notice how the buttons there's no border around the button, like there's no borders, which is quite interesting. And you've got an application here called Welcome to Tech Preview. Let's have a look. So it opens up Internet Explorer, which we'll have a look at. We'll have a look at what version it is. So you just got version Internet Explorer 11.0.8. So it's 11.0.9841. Blah, blah, blah. So I haven't updated the Internet Browser yet, which I probably say they won't do until later builds. I'll probably say it wouldn't be that much different to this. So we'll go to Google. What I'm going to do, we might minimise that for a sec actually, because I want to have a look at the system. So I have to get into control. So this is the first time using this, so I'll probably pick it up eventually. So the Windows system control panel. You see, this has not changed at all since Windows, probably say 7. So you go, I like using the icons this way because I find it, some deep on things you want to do, it's easy. So I'll have a look at the system. So I've given it 4 GB RAM, it's 64-bit. It's at 3.1 gigahertz. I don't know how long it's going to be supported for, so you probably find out later on when they actually do have a release date for the actual system to be released for manufacturing on computers and stuff. See, nothing's really changed since Windows 7 here, so nothing too dramatic. And I showed you backgrounds. Let's just go into personalize more. So you can choose your color of here. So we can have a white, and you can choose the intensity. So this has been in since Windows 7. No, Vista actually, Vista. So you can have red, have green. You can just go back. The sounds. Even though I didn't know Windows 8 had sounds, but let's play. So I've got to play Windows Startup sound, which I have no idea what that is. So sounds don't sound as good as I did in the older versions of Windows. They all sound the same if you ask me. Look at them, half of them sound the same. That sounds. You've got screen. Let's have a look at screen saver. So for I say there wouldn't be anything much different. This screen's been there since the dawn of time. Having a screen like this, to be honest, like seriously, it's been there since Windows 95. It's been there since almost the dawn of time for Microsoft. As you can see, you got 3D tests. I'll probably say you're going to get more features added to it. So this is. Let's have a look. So this is old. That's been there since the 1900s almost. Blank, which has always been there. You got Bubbles, which has been there since Windows Vista. And you got Mystify, which is one I don't even know. So which is another one that's been there since Windows Vista. You got Photos, which you can probably use your own photos, which I know there's no photos. And you got Ribbons, which I don't know what that is. So this is another one I don't know. So this looks like a newer one. Now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to see how fast let's have a look at its processes first before we'll do, because I might store a few applications, like I might store another internet browser, Open Office, and also what else? And for say VCL, something like that, or something. See what programs can actually run on this machine, on this version of Windows. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Task Manager. And nothing's changed here. This has not been touched at all except for the borders. So it's just telling me. So you click here for more details. So we'll have a look at performance. CPU, it isn't using too much. Memory is using 28%. Let's have a look. Using about 1 gig, which is not too bad. But it probably improve as time goes on. It's not using the internet at all. So you got app history, you got startup. So what I want to do is, I want to go search, we're going to go run. Oh, yeah, we need run, you idiots. So go run. And we'll So we'll have a look. We're gonna need looking at some programs to install. So we might install. I don't have what I need, so let's close that. So we're gonna have a look. We're gonna install, say, a new web browser. So we'll go to Google. So we'll have a go at installing a new web browser. So we'll go Google Chrome. And guys, I'm just seeing alternatives, see if some apps work on here yet, because as you know, not all apps will work on the newer modern, especially in beta testing operating system. So we'll go Google Chrome. So this can be an alternative web browser, and you can install. If you want to follow this video, you can install any web browser you want, like Firefox, Opal, not Opal. So I'm going to install Chrome. So let that install. Hopefully it won't take too long. That was a quick download. So hopefully the install doesn't take 27 years. So yes. On your marks. So it'll probably take about 4 minutes, so while we do that, we'll go and look for an antivirus, so we'll get this, we'll get AVG free. So we'll just click that on. As you can tell, this, I don't know if they're going to do a renovation of this new Internet Explorer 12 when they do release it with this operating system, because this look is starting to get a bit old, so it's been like this for the last, since 2009 at least, so it is fairly old, outdated look. But honestly, you couldn't really change something if it works, but Internet Explorer never freaking works. It's a really crap browser, Internet Explorer, but it is slightly getting better as time goes on, like performance-wise, because back when, say, Internet Explorer 8, that was slow, it took mammoths to run, so that's why I've been using Chrome, and I'm happy with Chrome. Chrome's a good browser. It's almost halfway done, so we'll have a look and download AVG. These are just some free programs. We'll find out if we can install some apps on here for alternatives. That's all we want to do. Okay, so run that. That'll be almost done. So once we get, I'll have a look and see if, so far so good, it's installed, downloading, so I'll probably say you could have versions of Word on here too. I'll probably say they'll be releasing a new version of Word, I'd say soon. 2016 maybe. It's usually every 3 years I might release one. Next year. No, not next year, probably the year after. Chrome has installed, that was quick. So it's just give me a alert and say there's a program you can install to install web pages yet. So we'll open up Chrome, and by the look of it, it runs really nice, and it's got the water things like it does, for Windows 8. So Chrome is almost ready. So you can have some apps on here. Probably might can that just for now. We'll go to my computer. What's it called? PC now, isn't it? Things have changed. And just remember, Microsoft will try and take your info of any programs or any what you do for this, and it's not for you, for your benefit. It's for them to improve this system. Yeah, I know it probably sounds a bit weird for me saying this, but yeah. So what we'll do now, we're going to shut this computer down and we'll end this video. You see that's changed. Have a look at the App Store. As you can see now, you can open applications without obviously leaving the desktop, which is a feature that they really started to lack in Windows 8, which they sort of put in Windows 8.1. So that's a store. Nothing's changed, so we'll go shut down. As you can tell, this screen has not changed at all, or one little bit. And now I'll end this video.